Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Expeditions Viking. We are ready to head out. See how exploration works in this game. This is the campaign map, where you'll be traveling between known locations. New locations are marked in the lower left corner of their icon as shown above. Tooltips for locations provide you with their names, as well as how long it will take to get there. Longer journeys may require you to make camp on the way to stave off fatigue and starvation. Makes sense. Hovering over campsites reveals the security shelter and abundance of food at the campsite, each of which has different benefits. The most convenient campsites are often occupied, and you'll need to capture them to camp there. Choose carefully. To start your journey, either click on a location to plot a path and press space to start, pause your movement, or simply double-click on a location to start moving. Makes sense. How big is the map? Oh, pretty big. What is this? Freya's Day, the 15th of February. Your father's funeral was on this date. Sun's Day, the 17th of March, 789. You must finish your preparations before this date. If you run out of time, your clan will be at the mercy of your enemies and the game will end prematurely. Ah. So that is some future event we don't know about yet. Spoilers, game. So we're at Skjern. We need to go to Erlingr's farm. As you plan your travels, keep an eye on this timeline. It shows the current deadline and illustrates how much of the available time you've spent. You have about 1 month to prepare for your expedition before it's too late, and if you run out of time, the game will end prematurely. Time usually passes only when you travel or when you make camp. Each time you make camp, 12 hours pass. In rare cases, storyline choices or events will also advance the time. When you leave for Britain, I guess we're going to Britain. When you leave for Britain, time will advance to spring and you will be given a new, more generous deadline. Consider beginning a long construction project in your homestead before you trigger this time skip. In Skjern. Oh, we have to choose who goes with us. That's fine. Oh, I was not trying to... Okay. Wasn't trying to go back into Skjern. I was curious if I could figure out how to start construction projects. Because if time is about to pass, I would rather us get that started. Homestead. There we go. So, Longhouse. This is our home and the seat of our power. Okay. This screen allows you to schedule upgrades for your homestead. Scroll down the list and up. And mouse over each icon to see what an upgrade does. Some upgrades have multiple paths that are mutually exclusive. Okay. Good to know. First time you upgrade your longhouse, for example, you must choose between a mead hall and a stronghold. Once you decide, you can never change your mind. These icons show your prosperity and your power. Most homestead upgrades provide bonuses to one or the other. Some of the decisions you make in the story will also modify these values. Your prosperity and power will eventually influence how the game ends, so choose wisely. So a measure of your prestige at home and you're standing among the other chieftains versus power, a measure of your military strength outside the borders of your territory. Makes sense. Just looking if there's anything else I should care about. I don't think so. So we can't actually upgrade. We could upgrade the farm. Is it because we don't have the materials? Yes, 100 wood, we have 44. 100 wood. The thing, the hearth of your homestead. They call it a thing? Sure. Folkmoot would give us more power and valuables weekly versus a market. Gives us prosperity and a new trader. In either case, take 75 wood. The moors, the center of the village's religious practices. Sacrificial bog or herbal glade. Blacksmith turns into armorer or craftsman. The farms, better pens to hold more livestock. So if we upgraded it, it would take 25 of our wood and 500 valuables, which is all of our valuables. Adis gets a new fence and a couple more Aurochs. And the animal pens are cleaned up. Just boosts our prosperity. Odd that that one's prosperity is so... Like, boosting 4, then 8, then 6 strikes me as weird. I would expect 4, 6, 8. Or something. But sure. Palisades increases power. That makes sense. It's only 50 wood. Oh, we still don't have that. Banners. Raise our prosperity. Takes all 500 valuables and 25 wood. Decorate your homestead to improve your clan's reputation, bringing in more trade. Roads would be nice. Takes more wood. Training ring. Raises our power. Restores the old training ring to its former glory. Again, those 500 valuables. Seems like valuables are shockingly valuable. We need more. And then a pier. Expands the pier to support larger warships. That could be useful if we are going to be heading to Britain. Making sure that we can have the largest warship possible. Wouldn't be bad. But no, given that how expensive everything is, I don't want to use all of my valuables. So, let's head out. Even though we had just left, we will leave again. So yeah, let's go to Erlingr's farm. Okay, so this is where we decide... So we have all of our people with us, but it's once we go, like, click on an area, then we're deciding who of our entire herd we're choosing to take with us, actually into the area, which makes sense. We'll take all of them. Well rested, giving a bonus to senses and endurance. Cool. Yep, I understand how attacks opportunity work. You stop your horses on the outskirts of Erlingr Thorgilsson's homestead. Smoke rises lazily from the roof of the largest building. Thralls are going about their business in the fields. So far, it looks like nobody has noticed your arrival. Sigurd and Kveldulfr are waiting for you at the waymarker. Oh there, Alfjorn. We're here to back you up on account that you spared Erlingr's boys back there. Mercy is dangerous. We want to make sure they don't try anything again. Good. He'll be less likely to object to my decisions with everyone here. He'd better accept his punishment or his entire family will pay for it. We're not here to talk. Ready your weapons. We're here to talk. Hopefully we can talk our way out of this. He'll be less likely to object to my decisions with everyone here. A surprise attack would give us a strong advantage. We might circle around to the back and set fire to the house. I'm not going to set... Our tribe is weak at the moment. Randomly burning down buildings and murdering people is not the way to get strength. It's much better to talk to them and get them on our side. A sound plan, but I would hate to bring such a death to Erlingr. He may be a bitter old bastard, but he deserves a chance to die with honor. We'll let him know we're here. He gets a chance to defend himself. Smoke him out into our ambush. I like it. I don't want to kill any of these people. Let's see if there's another way out. That's what I'm going with. Just remember, Erlingr's sons showed our neighbors that we are weak. You must show them that the weakness has been dealt with, or our standing at the Althing will suffer. So he's thinking that if we don't deal with them harshly, it makes us appear weak. Which will turn out poorly in the long run. And there is, in fact, a fog of war now. Okay. Then we'll want to do some exploration to see if there's anything interesting here. Particularly those stones that give extra skill points. Or a pitchfork? What do we have here? Why, yes, I'm going to steal your hides. Why? I don't know. Because I can. Rations, valuables, random pot, sure. Armor padding, a tool axe, and a pole. So that's probably a weapon, but it's a poor quality weapon. Empty. Some herbs. Let's see. So that's where we're going. We want to avoid that at least for now. This looks like a small grave about the size of a fully grown dog. I'm going to assume it's a dog's grave. Nope. Loot that, please. Fur shield. Let's see how that compares. Particularly compared to the people in our party who actually would use some of this gear. Because I don't know their stats. I also don't know if they're going to be with us long term. So you've got a narrow sax and a bow. Based on your stats, you're probably not strength focused, which I'm assuming... No, it's a knife. Okay. So that would be finesse. But still, I think you're primarily bow focused. You have a knife and an axe. That's awkward. That means you've got to be building up both strength and finesse. Well, as Leafer, you're going to be the main shield person. Is this better than your current shield? Yes. Your shield is 5252. Yeah. So we'll give you that as an upgrade. Okay. I think that all makes sense. I can put this on someone else. I assume it's the same as mine. It's not, actually. More absorption, less block chance, and less physical resistance. I'd rather keep mine. Okay, so she is not considered part of my herd, and probably the same with you. Makes sense. So, they're in the group, but they're not part of the herd. I don't want to get too close. Let's keep moving around the outside. Empty. What do we have here? Hardened leather. Cool. Old farmhouse of Erlingr's family has been allowed to fall completely into ruin since they moved into the new one. Feels a bit of a waste, but that's their decision. There we go. This is another one of those piles that give skill points. I don't understand them, but I will take them. Got a little bit more up there. Hi. Who are you? Dear Bjorn Sharfedison. Solitary thrall is chopping firewood on the outskirts of the farm. Hearing your approach, he puts down the axe and wipes the sweat from his brow. I don't think you want me, travelers. My master is in the house. Wait, you're the Thane. That's right. You come about the old man's sons, haven't you? I knew this was coming as soon as I heard what they did. What are you doing out here? He looks uncertain, like the answer is too obvious. Well, chopping firewood. Say, when you're done with the old man, may I propose a trade? A thrall proposing a trade. This should be good. I used to be an outlaw. My band and I ambushed farmers and merchants in the forest south of here. Before I was caught and enthralled, I hid my most valuable possessions. Among the stash was the claw of a bear, which once belonged to my wife. That trinket is the only thing I care about. If you find it for me, you can keep the rest. Where's the stash? It's down a well next to an old ruined house in your forest, tied to a rope and weighed down with rocks. It's mostly silver jewelry and my old sword. You can keep all that. Just bring me that claw, I beg of you. Alright. Interesting. Was not expecting to see someone else out here. Alright, so that's most everything. Without getting too close to the house itself, because I don't know if it's going to trigger a cutscene. I guess even if it does, it's not the end of the world. Okay. They're there. Hasn't triggered yet. I probably actually need to talk to them for it to trigger, so I'm probably safe to wander. Getting all of our looting in. Oh, I was like, what am I talking to here? No, I'm talking to Nephew. This would be a good place to start a fire. As Leafer shoots her an unhappy look. Yeah, I agree, man. Don't give me that look. If we're going to fight Erlingr anyway, we should give ourselves every advantage we can get. We're not going to start a fire. That is not the way. Alright. Does the map show... No, the map doesn't show goods. That's a shame. So I actually do have to wander around to make sure I didn't miss anything. Alright. An old man stands in front of his farmhouse. You know him, but not well. His family has always been stuck to the outskirts, never happy to call your father their thane. In his youth, he built this house by himself. Now he is gray of hair, and his skin is lined with wrinkles, yet he still stands proud as the patriarch of his homestead. He begins to speak, and immediately breaks into a fit of deep, throaty coughs. When he recovers, his voice is a rasp with an undertone of fear. My sons were fools to attack you, and cowards to do so during the feast. Thank you for sparing them all. Okay. So he's starting out respectful, which I appreciate. Your sons violated the peace of Ulfriker's funeral. They may have been drunk, but you turned them against us and riled them up. It's true. Their actions were kind of the result of how he has raised them. And yeah, they might have been drunk, but it's a sign of who they are as people. You and your family are traitors to the clan. I have come to kill you and your sons. The women will be exiled. Ugh. Whether they raised a blade against us or not, everyone here is a traitor to the clan. No member of your family will leave this place alive. I don't really like either of those. I cannot suffer your presence after this. You are hereby exiled from the clan. Leave by dawn tomorrow, or you'll be executed. Or we can just attempt to kill him with a surprise attack, starting the fight. Yeah, all of these are really rough. There's no just swear fealty and this better not happen again. Your sons violated the peace of Ulfriker's funeral. They may have been drunk, but you turned them against us and riled them up. No, it was an act of youthful foolishness, that's all. You have nothing more to fear from our family, I swear it. Isleifir mutters disdainfully, horse shit. If you swear so, I will spare you. That's not a... That's one of the dialogues that just jumps back to here. So that's not actually a way to end this conversation. It's what I want, though. I'm hoping we can trust them to work with us rather than against us. If you swear so, I will spare you. I swear it. By my family's honor, may Thor strike me down otherwise. Are you sure about this? I feel bad for the old man, but what his sons did. If you let this drop with no repercussions for Erlingr's family, that's a very unfortunate signal to the rest of the clan. Worse, it's a show of weakness to all the other thanes. Okay, so everyone is agreeing that... Because I would love to just say they were drunk in the heat of the moment. Let's let them off this time, but it better not happen again. But it seems like in this culture, those actions were so bad that we are not... If we let them off, no one will see it as just simple forgiveness. They'll see it as weakness and a show that we are too weak as a thane. Which means those that are looking to fight against us will probably be more willing to do so. So we need to do some punishment. Yeah. I don't like it, but it feels like the situation as it stands, it's not really any other better options. I'm sorry, your family must be punished. The old patriarch sways, and then he finds an ounce of strength somewhere deep inside himself, straightens up and looks you straight in the eyes. Then what will become of us? Yeah, I don't like any of this. I'm not going to kill everyone. If this was just Erlingr himself as the patriarch of his family, if he alone was getting exiled, maybe. But I'm worried the you is too vague, and you might mean all of them. But still, exile is probably better than murdering all of them. And there's a chance that somewhere down the line, some of them might prove their worth. And I could potentially have the opportunity to rescind the exile. Versus if we just kill them all, it's just done. Then again, if they're exiled, they might go join one of the enemy thanes, giving them strength, and be a problem again in the future. But I'm going to go with the exile. I cannot suffer your presence after this. You are hereby exiled from the clan. Leave by tomorrow, or you will be executed. You cast me out of my own house? I built this farm myself with my own 2 hands. Yeah. It's rough, but yeah. Don't reject this judgment, you fool. Don't you see that this is a mercy in light of what you've done? Erlingr spits. And who will take ownership of my farm? You, nephew? I would rather die than see this farm wither in someone else's hands. We could attempt a hard senses check. We've got really good senses, which is even boosted because being well rested. Calm yourself. Don't try to pretend you haven't gotten yourself into this mess. You better mean that if you say it, because we will cut you down right now where you stand. Or just attack him. That works for me. Calm yourself. Don't try to pretend you haven't gotten yourself into this mess. We succeeded. Can we see the dice rolls or what was involved in that? No. I would love to know how these rolls work so that I have a better idea of what... like when to risk it. How hard is hard? Like if I had 5 points, should I try a hard? I don't know. I don't know how the math works. You calmly walk Erlingr through exactly what kind of mess his family has gotten itself into, and make it abundantly clear how much damage it would do to your reputation, and by extension the strength of your clan if you don't punish him. In the end, you've made such a strong case for exile as the only valid solution that even Erlingr's own daughter is begging him to accept your judgment. You could swear you see tears in his eyes when he finally yields. All right, we'll leave. I have family in the east. Perhaps, well, no matter. You got your will, Alfbjorn. The farm is yours. He staggers back to the house and into his wife's arms. She's crying, whether with sorrow or relief, you can't tell. The thralls who were gathered around you dispersed to begin preparing the exodus. Alright. So we've let him live, but they are getting exiled. We can't talk to any of them farther. I guess that leaves a question of what happens to the thrall cutting wood over here. Because if they all leave, how do we get back to him with his item? Just making sure there's nothing else that I missed. I don't know. But I think that turned out about as well as it possibly could have for him. And for all of us. Didn't really feel great exiling him. Like, I guess the brother who ran away, Are, I don't have much of a problem with him. He recognized that his brothers were out of line. Even Erlingr wasn't part of the attack, though he has poisoned his sons against me. His wife daughters, all the other thralls, none of them I have a problem with. So it's really just him and his 2 sons that I would rather... Or 3 sons? 3 sons. It's like, okay, if I could exile the 4 of them, leave Ara here in charge of the farm, I think that would have been the ideal outcome in my mind. Where it's like, yeah, the farm will stay with your family. Your son will be the one running it. The rest of your family that wasn't part of the fight are free to stay. 3 days later. But it is what it is. You wake in the early morning to the sound of running feet and panic shouting. Someone pounds on your door so rapidly and so furiously that you can hear the hinges creak. The muffled voice belongs to Kveldulfr, the smith. Alfbjorn, Rourke, Estrider, are you in there? We're under attack. It's raiders from the sea. Your brother and mother are scrambling out of their beds, rubbing the sleep from their eyes and shaking the confusion from their heads. Let's don our weapons and armor. You grab the most essential equipment and throw on your clothes. Outside, a fire roars to life, and the sounds of steel crashing against steel reaches you from the direction of the coast. So we're being raided from Northmen. Interesting. I guess it's not a surprise that Vikings raid other Vikings, but in my mind I just picture Vikings raiding elsewhere, like Britain or whatever. Huh. I'll keep Mother safe. Please, take care of yourself out there. Go find Kettle and Nefja. We'll bar the door until it's safe. Seems reasonable. We know our brother isn't a warrior, and I suspect our mother isn't either. Kettle almost runs straight into you as you step outside. He has a wild look in his eyes. You're awake! You bet your ass I'm awake. Where are the others? Thank you for your contribution, Kettle. What's going on? Calm down. What's happening? Where are the others? I think getting more information is probably good, and Kettle being a hunter/archer of some sort probably is decently perceptive. Calm down. What's happening? Where are the others? Northmen are attacking us from both north and south. Nefja is holding the bridge, as Leifir went to reinforce the north entrance. Were the beacons not lit? A look of grim realization comes over him. No, they weren't. Let's send these Bikju sonar back where they came from. Or let's go find the others. I mean, we want to find the others, but... Or hopefully they'll find us. But taking the fight to the enemy, I think, is where we've got to go. We know at least where Nefja and Isleifir are, and that's kind of the core of our team at the moment. So we'll go to them. Let's send these Bikju sonar back where they came from. Lead the way. So the north is where Isleifir is, and then Nefja is holding the bridge to the south. So I guess the question is, where do we think we're needed most? I mean, we could argue that Nefja is stronger than Isleifir, given that she won. Oh, we can even see the enemies. Can I see them on the map? No. Well, that's a shame, but we've got 3 enemies here. We're just standing around waiting for us to get close. On Nefja's side of things, we have 4 enemies. Okay. Well, that makes the choice a little clearer. Let's go help Nefja. She also doesn't have a shield, so she's less good at defending and holding out as Leifir can hopefully hold out a bit longer. So let's head down here. Okay. Combat started. We've got Kveldulfr and some random person on our side. Looks like an archer. You have... Right, axe and sword. Or axe and dagger, rather. So sadly, they have the initiative. So we can move, but we can't attack this turn. I'm going to move up here. I've got a shield out. Definitely not my strength, but it is what it is. Let's move you forward as well. I might put Kettle back here. There isn't any cover. That's fine. What? Is it thinking that you can get over there? Because that's not how that works. Oh, I was ending Kettle's turn, not all of our turns. That's fine. So they're running over here. Ensure that no enemies reach the highlighted area. Oh, that's what the highlighted area is. That's where we've got to keep everyone safe. Oh, okay. They've got an archer. Oh, they've got a lot more enemies than we saw before. Activate Demoralize. Okay. So the icons tell us that they're archers. You are melee. You are primarily defense, maybe? Is that what I'm picking up? And then that's a support character, primarily? I'm guessing based on the icons by their health bars. Okay. How close can you guys get? You can't actually get any closer because we're in the way. Well, that's awkward. Nefia can get up to you. Oh, I possibly should have considered healing her. I probably don't need to heal her yet. That pose of just taunting. Okay. How close can you get now? Okay, so you can't actually get over there. Shield hook, cleave, unless you have some sort of charge. Anticipate opening. Charge. How about that? No. So that doesn't seem like the sort of charge that allows you to get in and attack past your reach. Alright. So you can't get over there. I guess let's switch to archery. We can take you out. Probably. 12% chance to hit. Well, that's not amazing. Let's move you forward so that our backline people are protected. Do you have an option with a shield? No. But you actually have a skill for when you're not wielding your weapons? Huh. I could actually just move him all the way up, use his second action. So I'm now safe if I move all the way up to here. And then I could shoot her. 30% is still terrible. Is that due to her own dodging ability? No. Alright. Kettle. Yeah. Perhaps I should not have sent him over here. I was thinking it would keep him safe from the people if they got onto the bridge, but we're not planning to get them onto the bridge. So I'll have you move back over to here. 5%. I could do a ranging shot, which would give us plus 25% accuracy. You are just really out of position. Yeah, I definitely should have started this fight different. I'm gonna move you forward. Perhaps I should actually be pulling everyone back rather than moving forward. Yeah, almost certainly that's the right call. If we had used sort of a choke point here. Kettle could do his ranging shot, so then we wouldn't have to waste ours. I don't know. Because we're 5% everywhere. Just thinking that we could do our ranging shot to boost some attacks. For what little that's worth. Sure, we'll give a boost to our attack on you with a ranging shot. You're now spotted, which means if I shoot you, we're at 55%, which feels a lot better. If I'm shooting down here, I can't see the chances, but they're probably 5%, 6%. Kettle's only real target is going to be you, so I think I'll have him shoot you, 29%. If he hits, great. He did not. I still haven't looked up what harried means, so instead we will finish you off. If 55% is not. Nope. Still not a guaranteed hit, and it was not. And these ones I think I am going to go with lethal attacks. I don't know who any of you are. I have no reason to keep any of you alive. You're not my people. Let's see. Nefia still has some movement. You still have some movement. And an action, but I can't do anything with your action. Let's just put you between them and Ketya. Or Nefia. I was mixing up Kettle's name and Nefia. I don't think I'm going to start pulling back, actually. I think I'm going to go with my other plan that moving back is the sensible choice. And create our choke point more back here. Yeah, we'll just leave you guys here. I think that's fine. I guess I should have moved Nefia back, and then I could have moved him farther back. Moving him in means that we're stuck here. Because now it's the attack of opportunity. I don't know. It is what it is. Enemy turn. Take your shots. Okay, we're spotted, so they're going to have extra accuracy, which is not good. Only 8 damage. That's fine. Demoralize. Don't know what that means. Alright. So these ones are in cover, but they're in half cover, which means a ranging shot would pull them out of cover. Not that I think we have super great odds. Let's have Nefia start. Then you can hopefully finish her, maybe? I'm thinking her. Yeah, you can finish her off. 100 damage, dude. I probably should have looked at that. So if I wanted to shoot from here, Got a 44% chance of shooting you. 38, and our chances just drop down from there. You would be good to kill because your demoralized is probably a problem. Is there any way for me to see? No, I don't see demoralize as a thing on any of us. Can I see it on you, what it's doing? Demoralize. Inflicts all enemies with the status effect demoralized. Mental resistance. Max accuracy minus 50. I don't know what max accuracy is. So accuracy is 104 and then it drops by 6 points per every square. I don't see that I've been demoralized, so I'm unsure. What about you, Kettle? You can technically shoot at these people. So I could have him ranging shot. That would get all of them to stand, and then they couldn't use this as cover anymore while that's in effect. And then if you were going to shoot, 67. That's not bad. You're not traditionally an archer, at least based on your icon. Yeah, so taking these guys out is far more important than taking him out. There you go. Can you hit from back here? 16%. No. You are kind of worthless until they get a lot closer. I mean, you might as well take the shot. Oh, no, you're a support as well. Demoralize. Poison. He can put poison onto our weapons. Quick shot, ranging shot. So you also have ranging shot that we can use. But I think poison is going to be far more exciting. Probably on Kettle, because he's going to be the most accurate. But he's already taken his turn. So let's move you forward and apply poison to us. Then you can pull back. I'll leave you there in case I want to use ranging shot for some reason, but I doubt it. Let's take our shot on you. Poisoned, but also dead. Now, what about you guys? Yeah, let's pull back. Oh. Ugh. Okay. We've got two healers. I have a healing ability, and this support guy has a healing ability. And Kettle, you're fine standing there. Using a sling? Alright. You're in cover. Okay. We need to get you two healed up. So So we'll start with you. You're healing. I still don't know how much it heals. Based on the rank of the skill. Do I have to actually look at the rank of the skill to somehow see? I have no idea. We'll move you forward to here. You're going to heal him up pretty well, actually. Then, do I... Yeah, I don't know. I want to funnel them forward. That's still the plan. Get them out of cover, etc. Because I don't want all of their archers just peppering the two of them. It's going to turn out poorly pretty quick. But it's like, whenever I have good shots, I should take them. 65's not bad. 65. Kettle's probably even better. No, 54. Well, he is farther away, I suppose. So do I move you forward to attack? I could pull your shield away. Or cleave. It guarantees it's going to get blocked. But if you break through the shield... So I could pull his shield away. That would be our action. Then Nefia could do an attack without having to worry about the shield being in the way. But part of me is thinking that if we just blasted through his shield with cleave, he should still be mostly dead, and the Nefia could move forward and finish him off, maybe. Worst case, one of us could finish him off with the bow. Yeah, let's move you in there and give you a cleave. Okay. The Nefia, you go here and stab him. Which means I could go and heal Nefia. And then pull back. And then Kettle can take some shots. I think that's the plan. Sort of wastes our venomous. Yeah. That's fine. Also, we're not killing them. We do have lethal on. But we're not killing. So, probably story reasons, we need to leave them alive. Alright, you can pull back. Kettle. I think taking out the archers is still going to be the goal. Don't really care about you. So let's move you forward. 78? I don't think you were doing significant damage with your sling, so I'm not worried there. Though I could just kill you rather than injuring you. Can I rapid shot? No, quick shot's full action. So we could if we hadn't moved, but then our chances to hit would have been terrible. Spot traps. There are no traps here. Let's have you get behind him so that less likely you'll be attacked. Okay, restore. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. We use the same thing, so I can't complain. Okay. You can now use your hook and slash because you've got someone there. I guess you could just kill straight away. Nefia, you can't kill. Might be nice to get forward and get a healing in, but let's do venomous for Kettle. Then what can we do here? Because I can see that you just are going to get the kill here. Here, he's got 112 hit points. Yeah, you're not going to get a kill on him if you moved forward. So let's have you take... I could shoot her. He does a lot more damage, which is why I'm wanting to not waste it on this person who has significantly less health than the damage he does. I'd rather him get a heavy hit there. So I will start out with a shot on you. Critical hit. Nice. Then we'll have Nefia finish you off. Which means you can now move forward, Veldofer, to here. Cleave doesn't increase damage. And you didn't move far enough. I mean, charge technically will do a little bit more damage. Or not. I could have you charge here. You'd take an attack. I don't want to risk the attack. None of these is going to help. No. So all we can do is just attack. And I guess charge is something I would have had to click back while he was here and then move forward to get 5 extra damage, which I should have done. Alright, Kettle. Actually, let's move ourself back. We've made our attack already. Kettle can move forward. Quick shot. Let's move you forward. He's not going to be able to move out of this range, unfortunately. So he's possibly going to take hits from some of these other people. But it's fine. He's got enough health that I'm not worried about him taking a hit or two. Moralized. Perfect. Keep doing that. Seems like mostly a waste of your turn. What did you do with your turn? Okay, you're starting to take some big hits. If you did hook and slash, you can't. Am I not understanding this? Overhead swing with the offhand weapon that is always blocked, immediately followed by an unblockable attack with the main-handed weapon. Ah. So that's, again, a thing for if they have a shield. Now, if you go forward, injure him. Then you can get the kill. Then you, Kettle. They only have 2 people left. Take out their archer. Or miss, I suppose. That's a choice. Can you get up here to heal him? You can. Another restore on you. That's your whole turn used up. Then we can move forward and get another shot on you. 2 misses. Good job, team. Alright, you're just going to keep demoralizing. That is fine because it's not actually hurting us. And you're interrupting. Please just die. There you go. I think you're the last one left. Can you apply Venomous onto melee characters? Looks like it. So it's not just poisoning the arrows. Alright, let's have you charge here and win. 137. Yikes. And yes, victory. Kveldofr's knife, his sax is degraded. The last of the Norwegians hits the mud, and you allow yourself to pause for a moment to take stock of the outcome. Nephew wipes some blood off of her blade. I'm glad you got here so soon. These raiders know how to fight. I mean, you would assume, given that they're raiders. You turn back towards the village to see Leotyr running towards you out of the smoke that now engulfs the entire area. You're still alive. The others are still holding off the attack to the northern gate. If you hurry, you might be able to rout the raiders there. Well, let's loot all of these people's valuables. If you hurry, well, give me a moment. I gotta loot all the people. I think that's all of them. And then we can't talk to our people. However, I think that is where I'm going to end this episode. Next time we'll head north and try and reinforce Exiled against these 3 people and the others that are probably also attacking. See y'all then. Bye.